What's up, friends? Ryan McCaffrey here, Sean Finnegan there. We are your IGN Halo boys, talking a little Halo because the head of Showtime says that the Halo TV series, which was announced years ago at this point, is still in very active development. So that means, Sean, we can cling to our hopes that this is one day going to be something we actually watch. And it leads to speculation. What do we want to see out of it? I mean, things are different now. We've got one more Halo game, probably another one coming this year before this TV show would hit the air. So, you know, where there's a place of where we are in the timeline and where the show could go. We start with the tone. Let's start. What do you want the show to feel like as a Halo fan?
So to me, Halo has always been like epic, dramatic, and in a way kind of bleak because it starts with humanity on the back foot, right? Like on the brink of extinction, the coming in or coming down on Earth, and there's only one man, one Spartan who can save us. And that to me is what the tone should be. Dire, kind of a war movie, and I'm thinking like, you know, Band of Brothers, I'm thinking Gladiator, I'm thinking like Black Hawk Down, I'm thinking like, yeah, very much like a war sort of setting where, you know,
some sepia tones, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Although since we're in the world of sci-fi, you know, I don't think the color.
We got purple. We got Covenant purple to
exactly
pop on the screen.
But that's really what I would love to see from Halo, because to me that's where almost all the emotion comes from, is this sort of bleak tone.
So then that leads to the obvious next question of where and when in the Halo timeline do you want to see this? Because you could go anywhere, and we all know, you know, there's the Halo Bible. All this is mapped out. So where do you think is a good place for the TV show to go?
So I thought a lot about this. Like, I think the first time we see a big budget adaptation of Halo, I think most people would go to Halo 1, right? Because that's where we start with Chief.
Right.
That's where we're kind of introduced in a very focused narrative to the universe. But I kind of, in terms of my favorite parts in the universe that I think would be really well adapted for storytelling, I would go with The Fall of Reach.
I was going to say the same thing. We didn't talk before we came on to record this because I really wanted to just see what you would say, and I am in exact agreement with you, because you get a lot of, you know, they're not full Spartans yet in a lot of it, and so you can get a lot of actual human face emotion.
Yep.
And it's just it's super riveting. The book adaptation by Eric Nyland was really good. I'm in total agreement.
The game itself is really good. Like, it's kind of the beginning of this turn of the tide where humanity is like, we're forward thinking, we're successful, and all of a sudden we suffer a crushing defeat that puts us really on the back foot for the rest of the series. And you have this cast of Spartans that are like, they're kind of like the budget Spartans. Like, they're cool, they're awesome, but they're not the chief. But really, like, interestingly, from a storytelling perspective, there is one Spartan 2 on Noble Team. So potentially you could see like tie-ins with that guy George. Knew Chief, like he knew the Chief coming up potentially. Maybe they're not friends, but there's a lot of really interesting things you could do with that cast of characters.
Yeah, total agreement. And maybe, you know, the season 1 could even end with them getting their Mjolnir armor potentially. So you know, let's, as we kind of wind down here, we're totally on the same page, which I love. How do you see the format of the show? Do you think like 10-hour-long episodes? Do you think a Halo TV series could be done justice in 30-minute episodes? You know, you're such a big, you're a film geek. I know you love it. How do you envision this?
To me, it's very much like a HBO / subscription service prime time.
I mean, it is Showtime. We know that.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. When I say HBO-esque, I mean like hour-long drama, uninterrupted by commercials. So between like 50 minutes and an hour, 8 to 10 episodes, very Game of Thrones-esque. Like Sopranos-esque, right? Short, focused episodes where there's not a lot of downtime, very economic storytelling, and really allowing the characters to like lean into the drama. But since it's Halo, punctuate those with really, really big, awesome Saving Private Ryan-like action sequences.
Yes. All right, so last question before we go. Do you think this is actually going to happen? We've been literally told the same thing for years now. Are you optimistic?
I mean, as a fan, I'm optimistic, but let's be real. Like, they announced this in 2013. Steven Spielberg said it was coming. I did some more research. In 2015, IGN ran an article that came from one of the execs at Showtime being like, it's going to air in 2015, like right after this. And that time period came and went. with long gestating projects like this, especially with big franchises where there are a lot of executives' hands involved, not just on the Showtime side, but on the Halo side as well. And when projects shift creative teams, like we don't know if this is still Spielberg's project. There's no mention of him in this announcement. There's a lot of cause for concern. So I'm cautiously optimistic because I'm a Halo fan. I would love to see a big budget adaptation, but let's be real, like, I'm kind of gonna wait until I see a trailer before I get my hopes up.
Fair enough. All right. For more on all things Xbox, check out our weekly Xbox show, which is called Unlocked. You can find that on IGN or youtube.com/IGN Unlocked or your favorite podcast service. Shark, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We'll see you soon.